Throw gang. That was really bad. We are joined by the king of kleptomania, Lawrence Schlossman, and myself, the Scooter Sultan, James Harris. Welcome to the weekly Running the Boys, with today's full episode only available on
Patreon.com/throwingfeats.
Ciao, Bella and Bellos. Coming to you live from Milano.
We must be Milanese the way we stay breaded and fried.
Very nice. We've been here for about a week now.
I'm having the best time, dude.
It's actually, I think this is our most fun work trip yet.
For sure.
Maybe we always bring the wags. But before we get into, holy shit,
so much.
getting catcalled by two gay Italians in a Lambo, pulling up to the gay bar, meet to meet, and a third gay thing to keep it on theme. Real quick, I want to get into some housekeeping words.
Wait, real quick.
Oh.
Cheers to us.
Salute.
Chin chin.
All right, so first and foremost, thank you to everyone who bought the Our Legacy Workshop Throwing Fits t-shirt, the box tees. Many people are saying collaboration of the year.
Many people.
Like a podcast collabing with one of the best brands in the world. Like, who'd have thunk it? There's only one pod could have done this.
Yeah.
From that high note to a bit of a little bump in the road, the shorts had a little hiccup with customs.
You know how it be.
Call me Ben Baller because I'm fucking up these customs. They are scheduled to touch down on Juneteenth at the fulfillment center. So whether or not they're shipping out today, which is June 19th, or tomorrow, it kind of depends on whether the fulfillment center gives their workers the day off for Juneteenth or not, which we clearly did not give ourselves Juneteenth off because we're just racist. Racist Americans.
Also, again, this podcast is 3/4 white.
Okay, let's get off this. But yeah, so shorts will be touching down and shipping out expeditiously.
Sorry for the wait.
But yeah, little fucking, they were like, these holes are too pristine.
Yeah, dude. You know how it be with good ass Jones. They take time. Good things come to those who wait.
One of the Malaysian children that was hand poking each mesh hole was actually tried to stow away in the box of shorts. So I think that's actually what happened.
Damn, dude. Yeah. Human trafficking. Another thing that the only podcast that matters does better than anyone else.
Housekeeping complete. Let's get into a fit check, Lawrence.
Why don't you start us off, buddy?
I've been talking a lot. Why don't you start us off?
Okay, I wore more horsebit loafers downstairs. I am wearing white socks. I am wearing vintage polo inverted double pleated shorts from Chickies that will make sense next week because we recorded out of water. I am wearing a vintage Brionski, also from Chickies, Hanes Pleaser, hair did, rolly on the wrist, wifey on the pinky, wedding ring on the fingy. I'm out of order. Sun buddies on the table, and I am sipping on a Birra Messina, the GOAT Italian beer, in my humble, ugly American opinion. Shout out Cecilia.
I do like, how much, quanto ounce is this? 50 CL. I do like the different beer sizes that are, they don't only have like 12 ounce or 16 ounce or 24 ounce. I don't even know what this is. All right, I am wearing Arlagace Camion Mules, the white paint joints. Shout out Martin. MF Pen, kind of like chefy pants.
Yes, chef.
I'm going to do Hanes boxers. I'm going to end with the piece de resistance. Maiden name rings, vintage Seiko watch, which shout out my new best friends on the Reddit.
Yo, the Reddit is fucking with the watch.
I know.
Bro.
I love the guys on Reddit. I don't know why I ever called the subhumans a subreddit. I take it all back.
Though that guy just doesn't subscribe to Patreon because we talked about it at length on last week, Boys Only.
Vintage Seiko, I believe it's a bust down on the bezel.
Cheer.
Smooth movement, tiki-taki from Frank the Mad Dog at Leisure Center, and the piece de resistance.
Whew.
The Our Legacy Workshop.
Dancing harder than the CZs in your watch.
T-shirt. Many people are saying collaboration of the year.
Many, as we said.
I wasn't allowed to wear the black on our big pod day.
It wasn't that you weren't allowed. I just made a request that, as a bigger boy, even though, I'm shedding the fucking weight, black tees are better for certain shapes and sizes.
Yeah, and speaking of the big boys, as you already know, because this came out after all the shirts sold, it's full size from 44 up to 54.
That's a full size.
Big boys, we got you.
Yep.
I'm drinking a Messina Birra, a Coca Zero, and trash Milano tap water.
Bro, the tap here is so bad.
I know.
Jenna refuses to drink it.
How long have we? Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's why you went to the grocery store? Mm-hmm. Got it.
She tried to buy Gas X because, the meals hit a little bit diffy. And she had to use the Google Translate app and show the pharmacist fart in Italian.
How do you say fart?
I have it right here. Let me just pull it up. It is scoreggia.
Le tutti.
A little tutti.
Tutski. Your fart sounds are unmatched. You did a fart sound during our Pod Maniacs Milano compilation with Gallagher, and I was dying laughing.
It was a good one.
He was trying to make some point about fucking, like, I don't know, Dolce & Gabbana. He's like,
I think all the Marlboro Golds that I've just been fucking inhaling have only enhanced my sound effects. The human soundboard.
the human beatbox.
I will say, the wags are out. And when the wags are away, the boys will play. Unfortunately, yesterday they were both here, and that was not a great podcasting experience for everybody.
Okay. We've been in Milan for, depending on when you start, I guess, because we've been here 5 or 6 days. So let's get into the meat and potatoes of the Maniacs in Milano. Started on Tuesday evening, Tuesday, June 13th, my mom's birthday.
Happy birthday, Mrs. Harris. Belated.
First up, you know, you and I think that what we've realized is that when we hit the ground, we need to be fucking off and running. So it only made sense that we once again fly business class because the red eyes, we need to sleep on those.
Yeah.
In order to get up when we get here and look our best, be our best, feel our best.
Premium economy is not premium enough for the goddamn
Absolutely
motherfucking boys.
If I ain't flat, I ain't coming.
Like busting.
Yeah.
I only bust when she's on top.
If I ain't horizontal, I ain't leaving the horizontal.
You slept like the whole time, so it was actually like perfect.
Well, it started off with a chauffeur ride, which I was like, yo, dog, complimentary. We're already saving money. Don't get a $100 Uber to JFK during rush hour, 2 separate Ubers. Let's make sure you book the free chauffeur. What car did you get?
Escalade.
Fire.
Big body.
Nice.
And we had a ton of luggage because, you know, Jenna plans multiple fits for every single day. So thank God for Emirates. Yo, can I just say, best airline in the world sponsor the pod? Do we do that anymore?
Shout out Saudi Arabia.
What was yours?
MBZ banged my line. I had a Lincoln Continental, which was nice, except he showed up early. It was scheduled for like a 7:20 pickup, and he pulled up at 7:05. And I was like, I'm not ready yet. I'm still packing. I wasn't in a rush to get to the lounge like you. We'll get to you. But so he's waiting down there for 15 minutes while I'm like getting my last toiletries, brushing my teeth. And I come down right as a bus is like leaning on its horn, and I just see this guy just going like this, just fucking bird up to the school bus or whatever. And I'm just like, oh, all right.
So your chauffeur was flicking off fucking children in a school bus? How was he as a driver? A psycho as well?
I was like, oh, this guy must work for Emirates because he's flicking off a school bus full of Jewish children.
Damn, dude. Hell
but then, he was.
Shout out to Emirates.
Yeah, he was a good driver. Pull up to the lounge. You guys are already fucking posted.
We had been there, dude. So Jenna had a lot of beef with TF wasting money, which again is our money to waste if we so choose.
Wait, instead of it going to her coffers?
I don't know what the alternative was. I think she just didn't believe it was a necessity, unlike...
Oh, flying business.
Flying business, yeah.
Yeah, until she got a little taste.
Until she fucking was like, oh, you know what? I'm going to come too, and I'm also flying business. And then it was 1,000 Instagram stories reviewing every fucking minutia of the fucking business class experience.
She was on her fucking vamp light. She was like, yo, I'm vamping. I ain't sleeping.
I'm not sleeping.
I ain't going nowhere.
The lounge was fine.
Yes.
I mean, I ate dinner there, so like it could have. I mean, I probably would have rather had McDonald's if I'm being totally frank. But yeah, it was cool. But we definitely got there by design way too early so that we could again just luxuriate and marinate in the lap of luxury.
I did not do that. Yeah. I was like, you know what? I'm going to spend as much time at home as possible. And yeah, hit the lounge, charge up, which I forgot my charger. So go to the iPhone store, buy a charger on personal, not on TF. Have some delicious Baba Ganoush crisps, which those were good.
When Jenna saw you walk in and I didn't realize, this was obviously happy belated also to Grimace. They don't celebrate his birthday in Italy, which is a fucking crime.
It's pronounced Grimace.
Grimace. But Jenna goes, because you're wearing your industry hoodie, shout out the fucking boys making con. She goes, look at fucking Grimace over here.
Yeah, then she goes, hey, we're at your 2 o'clock. And then turns out, according to my vintage Seiko, actually, you're at my 10 o'clock, Jenna.
Damn. Bitches can't tell time. What are you going to do?
I know. Bitches can't read. All right. And then you ran into a goth chick. You had an interaction with a goth chick in the lounge?
No,
Or on the flight?
she was my seatmate.
You sat next to someone?
No, well, I was in so you had a window, right? So you had your own situation.
I was aisle window.
Aisle window. I was, you know how it's like.
It's
what-
1 2. It's
1
1
2.
1 2 1 1.
I was the 2.
Okay.
And they're honestly, I think you're going to talk about some creatures, some interesting critters. But this guy was definitely a business class critter, and I was like, I wish there was more.
Oh, the guy
even
next to
more
you.
separation, yeah.
Yo,
But
this guy, it kind of my flight started off with a little sour taste in my mouth. Sour taste in my mouth. Did I say that correctly the first time? I
yes,
don't
you
even know.
did.
Run
it back.
This guy, some Italian fuck, some fucking Domaggio.
Mm-hmm.
I get to my seat. I'm like 15B, and he's like, "Oh, me 15B." He's like, "Oh, no glass is 15 and D, me." And I'm like, "Yeah, He's like barefoot. He has his feet up on my shit already. He's posted. He's camped out. Like he's got the spread going. I'm like, "Yo, my shit is tainted."
In the
Dog, like, give me your blanket and your headphones from your untouched 15D, because the 15 Alpha has touched down at 15B right now.
In this country, they call that type of guy a retardo. No, my seatmate on the right of me was there was a lot of like family. There must have been like weddings or family reunions or something happening because there was all these crews that were in business class, and this wonderful young goth teen young woman said, "I love your tattoo," which
one? Oh, the tulip.
The tulip,
Right.
Which was, directly in her eye line. And I thanked her, and I thought that was very nice because that's why you get them.
Did you
Is to get complimented.
Did you do the Larry and go, "Oh, do you have any tattoos?"
No.
What's the story here?
She might have been 16 years old.
Okay, well, hey,
But she had a lot of extensive facial and ear piercings and chains connecting things, so maybe she did have a tat. Who knows?
Was she trying to fucking rizz you up?
I don't know, dude. I don't think so, because that was the end of the conversation.
Like, sorry, I'm taken. My wife is in 26D.
I'm married.
My wife is the woman that's live vlogging the Emirates business class.
Did you hit the bar?
No.
So this is a double decker, and we were obviously in the penthouse.
Yeah.
I mean, we weren't in. I didn't even know that there, because I am not a rich guy, that in front of business class is first class, and that's a studio apartment.
Yeah, that shit is.
There's 6 seats, maybe.
I believe so. That's the scene in Inception where they fucking put what's his name, Ken Watanabe and
right.
incept his ass for 19 hours.
Sick, dude. Yeah, so anyway, Inception was happening up there. Jenna and I hit the bar just for a glass of wine, just to do the Austin Powers. And, speaking of sexy stews, not only is Emirates the best airline in the world for, the fact that, again, it is a luxurious experience beyond fucking comprehension, especially when you're 50,000 feet up. Dude, every woman that works for Emirates that's employed by them is a smoke show.
It's
like
clear
straight up.
It's clear there's some dubious hiring practices.
Dubious?
And we're all for them.
Shit, man, it's not an American company. I'm not a shareholder. I say keep doing you.
No, it's dubious in that it's probably illegal to hire based on looks, but I'm saying that we are fans right here. 2 fans right here.
Do it.
Yeah. The one time I went to the bathroom, there was a guy chilling at the bar, and this is just indicative of the fact that, look, yeah, we're talking about business class like it's a huge fucking deal, but it definitely does not weed the creatures out. Exhibit A, the guy that didn't have his fucking glasses on and camped out in my seat, fucked my shit up. Exhibit B, there was a guy. Well, Exhibit B actually was a woman just vomiting everywhere.
Bro,
right?
I felt really bad for her because she clearly was not built for motion sickness, and she was.
But it was a smooth ride, there was no turbulence, which is why I was confused. What was going on?
Inner ear thing or something.
But it doesn't feel like you're. I don't know.
All I know is that Jenna was like, because we were at the bar and we saw her approach, and she's like, "Yo, this chick is hammered already." And I'm like, "I don't know." And she's all sweaty, and then just immediately is like, "I'm gonna go to the bathroom and blow chunks."
Yeah. There's also a guy walking around barefoot, like
no socks,
in the bar.
Bro,
I think maybe going to the bathroom. I've seen people do socks in the bathroom. Like, yo, there's still like piss on the floor in there.
I do socks at the seat, which is like, I'm even a little, and I'm the grossest motherfucker on Sesame Street. I'm Oscar the Grouch. But even for me, I'm like, if I'm getting up and I'm going to meander to the bathroom, to the bar, whatever, from the bathroom to the bar, I'm putting the Belgians back on because I'm with you.
They give you slippers. don't know if you saw those.
Nah, I don't want the fucking slippers.
All right. Yeah, I'm absolutely putting my shoes back on. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's crazy. Barefoot is. That's just so disrespectful.
It's gross. I believe I slept for 5 hours, just like best
Nice.
sleep of my life. In between watching Gladiator Part 1, Part 2, just studying up on my Roman Italian history.
Yeah, the great documentary by Ridley Scott, Gladiator.
Yeah. But okay, so we touched down, and I don't know about you, but I have a new fetish: hot Italian customs agents. I don't care.
With like the fucking Yop ready to go.
I'm happy for her to inspect my shorts. Let me tell you that.
Damn,
I don't
dude.
know what's going on with our shorts at the U.S. Customs, but just seeing Polizze and me, like, my fate resting in her fucking soft Italian hands.
So ACAB, all cops are beautiful.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we
All cops are bella.
we touch down. We get our chauffeur to the hotel that a company that we did something with booked for us.
You've already said too much.
Oh, you're right. Fuck.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
That's
I go to the
hilarious.
bathroom. I CP. But
I do love a very literal brand name sometimes.
you and I kind of have a half day to kill, so we basically just hit the cafe and start fucking chugging coffee. I think you started drinking beer. I don't know at in the PM.
Well, I met Jenna. She was already spritzed up. Pretty sure I just went coffee and cigs. And what was crazy about that was as Jenna was paying for her like little haul, spritz, mints, whatever, she goes, "Oh, you want a pack of cigs?" And I was like, "Damn, dude, shout out Emirates." She really was, or shout out Emirates for being so luxurious that she didn't sleep and was fucking delirious enough to be like, "Oh yeah, can I have a pack of cigs for my husband?" Beautiful shit.
I think she. It's a token of appreciation for allowing her to, because unfortunately, you guys aren't going Rizness class back, right? Because
Hell no.
to stay under budget with her flying Rizness, you went one way, Riz.
I will be back with the middle class in premium economy.
Steerage.
Yeah,
By the drains.
I think we're going Delta on the way home.
Oh, we're not on the same flight?
You're flying Emirates back.
Yeah. Riz.
So
Rizzed up.
no, I am not flying Emirates on the way home.
God. Oh, we're just flying on the same day.
Yo, speaking of cigs, dude, you kind of went Jimmy Smokes mode and copped what you thought were Capris, but were much different than what you're used to.
I thought I'd fucking do a little Euro step
Ooh.
and get some preemptively cop some cigs, because also I was gonna hop off the wagon, hop back on. I was gonna get on the booze wagon,
The cool guy wagon, yeah.
and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking want some cigs after a bottle of wine and a big meal.
Absolutely.
But I want Capris. We are in the land of Capris.
Mm-hmm. We are, true.
And
They invented them in Capri.
yeah, I can't. I don't speak any fucking Italian. The guy doesn't speak any English. We're in like the outskirts of the city, by the way. We're not in like a. We're in like a.
Oh, at
We're in real Milan. We're not in
Salary
fucking,
Man Hotel. Yeah,
We're not in Duomo Milan. We're not in Taurus Milan. We're in like real guy Milan. And he's like,
cool
I'm like
Milan.
trying to point it. It's like playing a video game. I'm like, up 2, 1 right, up, down 3. Finally, he lands on a pack that looks long and skinny, like a Capri pack. Cop, €2. Get the lighter.
Dude, cigs here being so cheap is. I mean, not that I need an excuse because I'm spending the bread regardless. Like,
Is there a price limit on cig packs that would deter you?
No, but what's funny too.
What if it's $50 a pack?
What's up?
$50 a pack.
I'm doing it. But I will say, they're Marlboro Gold with the OG filter, so you look even cooler than when you smoke fucking lights back in the States. They're like €6, and some places, and I kind of love this, that's so cheap that they're like, if you want to use a card, you got to cop due. And I say, whatever say less is in Italian,
Espresso.
run it.
Yeah. Rana dice. Unfortunately, well, not unfortunately per se, what I bought were Capri Black and Milds.
So fire, bro. And no one has tried one yet.
No.
I want to try one really badly.
I know. Tonight, after this, we're on vacation. Well, we got a few other things and we're on vacation.
Yeah.
So Jimmy Larry, we got to battle the jet lag. We can't indulge in napping or anything. So
Hell no.
the best thing apparently is getting some sun on your face. Mm-hmm. So we go for a little stroll.
Dude, my new favorite text from you is, want to stroll?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, want to stroll. And that particular...
Bro stroll, baby.
Dude, that particular stroll was... So much shop talk was happening. I'm like, damn, dude, we need to like be invoicing ourselves for this.
Yeah, a little stroll ski.
Yeah.
Little
That was a good one.
Biz stroll.
Yeah, dude.
The highlight, or really low light, I don't know, was
Dude.
I clocked this guy a mile away. I don't think you really saw him until he really revealed
Until he whipped it out.
his penis.
We walked literally directly by a homeless guy.
Oh, that's the third homosexual TK in the intro is peeping homeless meat.
What was
peeping unhoused. Yo, his meat was unhoused.
Yo, is that the title? Unhoused meat? What was phenomenal about this unhoused individual is not only did he have a little sausage, a salami.
No, dude, first of all, it wasn't that little.
No, I'm sorry. He had a nice
Gabagool. Yeah.
And guys, dude, this man had a full-on gold hoop Prince Albert that literally is the exact same earring that like you have now.
You think that he saw us? He's like, oh, me too.
I'm like, dude, maybe you could pay your rent if you didn't fucking splurge on the Prince Albert, broski. Like, that shit was
14-carat dickhead ring.
And you know that shit's real because like you wouldn't like what happened to your ear. Imagine that happens to your fucking Oh, yo, and he's circumcised, which is crazy. Which I feel like
came up last night with your wife. Are most Italian guys uncut?
I believe that's European for sure.
They're not. They don't undergo body modification, genitalia mutilation.
No, right, exactly, genitalia mutilation. Since we don't need to talk about this later, we can get it out right now. We were talking with Jenna as your girlfriend was sitting in the front of the Uber, and the three of us are in the back. We're talking about cut, uncut, whatever. She wants to know your situation. You obviously let her know. Most transparent podcast in the world.
Cut.
But her best quote was, you and I are laughing and talking about it, and we keep using the word meat to talk about penis. And she says, can you stop saying meat?
Oh. No. Meat to meat. Remember that song?
No.
Fire. Great TikTok song.
It's about fucking.
Yeah, it's about going meat to meat. Yeah.
All
right, so we have our little stroll ski. Oh, the other thing that happens is like this Lambo pulls up
with no hood ornament. I'm like, come on, bro. If you can afford the Lambo, you can get a replacement hood ornament, or just even the decal, not decal. You know, the fucking logo.
The bowl?
Yeah, was fucking off the fucking blue drop top Gallardo.
Wait, what? Sorry, you lost me.
The Lambo,
not a car guy,
which was a convertible.
Oh, was it?
I think it was a Gallardo. I don't know if that's the model, but no hood ornamentation.
It had the logo. No.
You
gotta pay extra for the logo.
No, it clearly had like been stolen or fallen off, and he had not gotten it replaced.
Okay, got it. Well, the point is that these guys catcalled us, so you know that we were feeling ourselves. We're feeling ourselves.
Do you think you were getting catcalled? Because in the moment you were like, I just got catcalled, and you were like, take a note.
I got catcalled?
In the moment, you on your fruit fly shit were like, yo, I just got catcalled, like take the note. In my mind, was like, maybe we both got catcalled.
Maybe.
They did zoom by.
I just assumed you're on your phone, so they didn't really see your face.
No, listen, man, I was on my phone.
Yeah.
And I did take that note expeditiously.
But we did get to end the night with a glorious, stereotypical 6-hour dinner. With, what can we say?
I don't know if we're supposed. Well, because then I think the thing when the thing drops is supposed to be a surprise.
Okay, we have friends that work at a brand here that invited us to a work dinner.
A company.
They work at a company, and they invited us to a dinner, and it was fucking a glorious 3.5-hour saga that was meant to begin at 8:30. Which you and I were like, oh fuck. Turns out though the sun sets at like 10:30 p.m. here.
It was dope. A lot of old.
It was
friends.
dope, yo, for sure.
A lot of old friends, a lot of new friends. We even got some like happy hour drinks with a part of the crew before that. I don't remember the name of the restaurant. It was phenomenal.
Oh, Trattoria Aurora.
It was really good.
Really fucking good. You went steak mode.
Well, I was thinking about...
You are the ribeye Raja.
Dude, I love red meat too much because I know it's so bad for me. And this is why Jenna needs to get the Gas X. Because when I eat red meat, dude, I toothy.
You're going meat to cheek.
Yeah, for real, dude. From my mouth to my fucking asshole, like this.
It is a pipeline. It is a fart pipeline.
It's a literal pipeline.
I went. What did I get? I think I got taco. No, I got the big spaghetti.
So they were like,
there it is. They're like English menu, and I was like big spaghetti, and I was like, is it like one giant strand? And like, no, it's mad thick. I was like, oh, like a bucatini.
It looked.
There's no hole. It's like an udon noodle.
Nice
thickness.
It looked amazing. I was
because I'm not going red meat. Well, first of all, I think ordering steak.
Oh, my point was I wanted to go carbless before being on camera.
I was going This is my last night going boozeless.
Oh, right.
I think ordering steak at a restaurant is usually a ripoff. Honestly, I think it's just like all right, I could do that. I could do that.
Yeah.
In a lot of cases, not at like a steakhouse where like you're there for the vibe or anything.
I will say like,
But I'm like, yo, Italy, pasta, done.
no,
Big
for
spaghetti,
sure,
do
absolutely.
it.
I think Italy has like really good meat because of how they fucking treat their fucking cows here.
No, and Milan is known as like a beef city for sure.
Well, Florence, like they have their own like a Florentine steak is like know a fucking banger. Anyway,
All right,
but when you ordered the big spaghetti,
yeah,
even though that's what it's called on the English menu, and the waiter knows that we're Americans, he still laughed when you said it.
When I said big spaghetti,
he snickered, which is mad funny.
Yeah. Yo,
Big spaghetti.
Is that the episode title? Big spaghetti.
I mean, it's hard,
Throwing
bro.
it down.
Yeah, that's your rap name, dude. Yo, what up? It's Big Spaghetti going Bucatini mode in Milano.
My pussy getting wetty off the big spaghetti.
Ooh, damn, that's a bar.
Next day, we had a call time of 9 a.m. for this photo shoot, which is arguably, again, big things coming.
Sure.
We're making moves in silence. We're making moves in silence.
Making big moves, and we're not talking about them until they come out. So we're not talking about it. It's happening. It's coming.
Despite the company that we keep.
Notice me. I'm making moves in silence over here.
This is arguably potentially the biggest photo shoot in terms of just like where, like it could be on billboards. It could be on fucking
scale.
TV.
I think it's without a doubt the biggest, and I believe we've called it the biggest spaghetti.
It is the biggest spaghetti for sure. We had a call time at 9. The next talent that was featured, their call time was at 10. We finished at 1:30 p.m.
Quite late.
So there were some technical difficulties with the deliveries. You and I, we already kind of knew the looks that we had, except then they sprung a second look on us for look 2. And apparently that's the look that they're going to go with.
Yeah, there's a great photo in look 2. Bangers only. Shout out to the company, whoever you are. We're not going to name you. I will say it was wild to wear a certain jacket.
Well, before we get into look 2, I just want to say shout out me for taking a bullet and wearing, or you were like, yo, is it cool if I wear kind of like the shirt? You're like, if I wear this jacket. And I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll wear this like other jacket that isn't as great. But then Jimmy gonna do what Jimmy gonna do.
Absolutely.
I realized, like, I feel like I kind of took creative control of the shoot.
You were art directing yourself for sure.
And I was like, yo, what if I did this? And they're like, yes, beautiful, do that. Yes. And they liked it so much that they then put the secondary John on you.
Yeah.
And they're like, all right, now you do what Jimmy was doing.
Mm-hmm.
So shout out me. But I think ultimately they're going to go with the second look, which featured 2, like, Johns that produced a lot of bodily fluids.
I was wearing it before you. Over a T-shirt, but I was still self-conscious about the condensation that had built up in the sleeve. With that said, after you then...
The arm water.
And yeah, dude, we were fucking swapping sweat, dude. Another potential title. So anyway, I hand it to you, and I'm already trying to control the narrative before the narrative controls me, because I know it's going to get talked about, and you're going to be like, oh, Larry's gross, whatever, which is true. It was sweaty. So I gave it to you. I let you know. You ended up wearing it shirtless.
Yeah.
And then it went back to me, and bro, dude, this shit was sopping.
Yeah. Yeah. It was nasty.
Absolutely
fucking nasty, man.
Was that Jamaican?
Fucking nasty. It's a nasty jacket, man.
You're that white reggae guy, dude.
Yeah, I'm M.R.
Yeah.
Yeah, my apologies there, but
no apologies necessary.
We did what we, and then I'm like, wait, do I want shirtless photos of me floating around the internet? Probably not.
I mean, it was, well, we don't, listen, we've already said too much.
How do my abs look? Or lack thereof?
I mean, you look good. I mean, like, not drinking, you've definitely, like, trimmed up, for sure. Again, because we know we're going to be on camera, and why I'm taking totally legal in Mexico.
FDA approved?
Supplements. That's why you can't get it here, because the FDA is still, they're still in the lab.
Okay.
I don't know if that's true.
It's in the queue.
But anyway, I can't wait. We've been lucky enough to see a preview of what is going to be the select that ultimately, like, we're going to approve, and a lot of personality, big fits, and it'll be very clear why we were swapping sweat when you peep the fabric.
Yeah, but we did go 3.5 hours over. It was a 4.5 hour photo shoot that was originally meant to maybe be 1. Although also we're not clear. Like, they might have always been like, oh yeah, they're going to be for 4.5 hours. Although we were talking to the photographer the next day, and he's like, yeah, it went late. Not because of you guys, well, because of you guys, but also like all the other talent. Like The photographer is very methodical, very intentional.
He's a goat.
Very talented, very goated.
We've shot with him once before. It was kind of like at an
And it's
event
one of our
on a
favorite
whim.
photos of ourselves.
Absolutely. We look like the 3/4 white outcast.
Yeah.
What he told me, just real quick, is the reason that they were starting so late is because the company that they rented some of the gear from only provided half of the gear.
There's coming from 2 locations,
Or
and this being
whatever.
Italy, only one of the locations came through. The other one was on like a union strike or some shit, I assume.
Yeah.
Anyway, we get out of there. We're fucking sweaty. We're kind of in a rush where we actually had more work to do.
Quite a bit, yeah.
We had more work to do that was like more office work, but where we had to go take a meeting somewhere, but we had to push that because we had tattoo appointments. But before the tattoo, I needed a fucking panino.
You were hangry, dude. And I get that. And I empathize because, like,
You're like, I remember what it was like to feel hungry.
yeah, exactly. So, like, I'm like, yeah, we got a recommendation. I'm like, listen, I'll follow Jimmy into the darkness. We're going to go to what ended up being like an Italian Subway.
It was the slowest fast food of all time.
It took so long.
Alice Waters would have been proud.
So-
She was slow.
I had a note here, and I wanted to just like explain it to you. I didn't want to spoil it. I wanted everyone to hear. So you waited. How long would you say you waited for that flatbread panini, whatever?
I think I clocked it at, there was a moment where I did the math and it was like 27 minutes before, and this is before I got it. It wasn't when I got it. So it was at least a half hour.
So when you finally got your order,
And there was like another technical issue where like mad people were fucking pissed. And
Yeah.
like
And it was
crowded
the lunch
around.
crowd.
And eventually people started thinning out, and I was literally the last person in like this big rush to get my fucking panino.
damn, Jimmy ate last for real. So you come over, you give me my beer, which was my liquid lunch. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna hit the timer on my phone and see how long it takes for this hangry man to body this panini. 3 minutes and 22 seconds exactly.
And this is me trying to savor it.
I mean, listen, dude, you were eating like me because you've said, at least in terms of when you've seen me eat, I eat like a fucking prisoner.
Like a newly freed prisoner.
A newly freed prisoner, yeah.
Yeah.
Was
Like-
it good?
I don't even remember it. I just needed like
Dude, you were blacked out.
I don't know what I just needed sustenance, you know?
Yeah, no, for sure. And because on the shoot, it's like there's water and there's Coca-Cola, and then they got some lunches, but like the lunch
But it was time for us to
arrived
go.
when we're like, yeah, we got to fucking bounce. Maybe that's why our boy Joe gave us that rec, because he thought it would have been fast if there was no technical difficulties.
Right.
Whatever.
We end up going to what is so far has been truly a highlight of the trip. We got some tattoos.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, I mean, I don't know how you want to do the reveal.
I don't know if it's right here if you can see it. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, so you got some original art from a woman that you found on Instagram?
Well, look, on these business trips, we are either
Business
running
trips.
a million miles a minute,
Yeah.
or we ain't doing shit.
Mm-hmm.
And in my, IG tattoo shit, I always see good shit, and like the artist is located in Milan.
Yeah.
I don't follow any of these people. I don't save any of these people, but I literally just search in Instagram, search Milan tattoo artist, go through a bunch of trash, find Linda Handpoke, who actually has some like gas material.
She's fire.
It looks like some shit that I would want. I start DMing with her. We make a schedule for Thursday at 15:30. She's like, that's the only time I have. I'm leaving like Thursday night. And when did I tell you that had like booked an appointment?
Definitely before we left, and then you got my fucking wheels turning because, like, yo, I'm jelly, bro. I'm a tattoo.
You're like, yo, can I come? And I'm like, yeah, duh. And you're like, yo, can I get one? I'm like, yeah, duh.
Well, I was like, I got to go, and I'm so happy I went because this is maybe like the funniest area of the entire show, and I'll let you fucking explain. Speaking of fucking critters, but anyway.
Well, so she and I worked out what I was going to get on IG ahead of time,
Yeah.
and we needed to do a few last tweaks on the art. But I think when we were texting or DMing on IG, her English seemed pretty good. Maybe she was using like a translate service. I don't know, or she's just like better writing. But you had an issue, kind of like talking about what with your shit.
Inches to centimeters. Basically, Jenna has a Old English L. And I kind of replicated that and got an Old English J, but it was difficult kind of like working out what the size
Quanto
should be.
centimetre?
Exactly. But anyway, yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's showing up on video, but yeah, your boy got a little more ink.
Yeah, but this was the scenes here. Fucking scenes.
And also, by the
man.
way, stick and poke takes forever.
Yeah, I was gonna get a second one, but I was like, this is gonna take too long to like do all the fill and shit.
Should you explain what the
No,
second
I
one's
don't
going to
need
be?
to
Okay.
I don't
all right.
need to explain my tattoos.
No, you don't.
But was a great fucking scene because like while she was cool and had this kind of like, you know, tattoo vibe that probably resonates with like, you know, cool Brooklyn, blah, 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 whatever the fuck. This was in like such a white trash. And Milan, by the way, white trash tattoo capital of Europe, if not Stockholm.
Maybe some of the worst tattoos I have ever had the pleasure of laying these fucking peepers on.
So this was one of those places that has definitely pumped out millions of these like atrocious tattoos. I'm laying there like on my stomach with my arm up, and I have to like have my head like this. And the whole time that I'm getting stuck and poked by hand, I'm staring at this guy. I'm staring at this guy that is getting. He's covered in tattoos, and he's getting. I posted my IG story, but because I saw it just sitting on his chair, and I had to flick it up because it's so ridiculous. It is an adult hand dapping up a baby hand, and just in like kind of bad old English font, it just says "for life."
Yeah.
So I guess he must have had a child or something, and he's just dapping up the baby.
Yeah.
I presume it's his.
The baby's gonna grow up to be a man with a normal hand, hopefully.
Unless it's like a Benjamin Button situation. His homie's about to go back into the womb or something. I don't know.
What was funny to me is that guy, the way that I read the situation is he was also a tattoo artist who's having another tattoo artist tattoo him his original art. So like that guy drew that. So he had a lot of time to think about, do I want a baby fist bump? And he ultimately decided on C.
I'm staring at this guy, and you know, I'm just like,
oh, real quick, by the way, I got to give you credit. Obviously, we've seen a lot of friends on this trip because it's Milan Fashion Week, and people have been asking about our tattoos because they saw on social media that we were there. And you have executed this bit to perfection. I want to say 4 times where people ask you what you got, and you show them the for life. Oh, and you're like, and I got it on my stomach. And they're like, no.
And I'm like, no, I'll check out this.
It's honestly, I've died laughing every time, and I know it's coming. Yeah. Like when you did it to Jenna when we were at dinner, I'm like, she's like, wait, I like started snickering. She's like, wait, what? And I kind of like ruined it because I was like, I know what's about to happen. For life.
But I was seeing the for life homie get. I mean, he's sitting there. Okay, he has the fucking LV monogram on one. This is all on one arm. He's the LV monogram. And the second tattoo I wanted, I was kind of like a little had my doubts because it is maybe like from like a brand or like a tweak on like a brand. I don't know, whatever.
Bro, it's a little dick dappery.
It's a little self dick dappery. But okay, what I wanted was the fucking work. I wanted the workshop yin yang, like small, like either on my thigh,
the TF one,
right here or here. And when I was talking to Yoakum about, and I had her draw it up and everything, and I was like looking at it, but I didn't want her to do the fill. When I was talking to Yoakum, he's like, "Yo, I'll get that for you. I'll get that with you." I mean,
yeah, and if you guys get it, then
it's cool.
No, then I'm also getting it.
Right. But I'm like, all right, do I want some brand shit because this guy has the LV monogram. Underneath his, I presume, fake Rolex, he has the Rolex crown logo. Was it real? Did you clock it?
I think the amount of Rolexes that are in Milan leads me to believe that a portion of them have to be fake.
Okay.
But being in close enough proximity, and this guy honestly is just sitting on this table taking forever to get the baby dap done, I'm like that. I would say it's a real Rolex.
Okay. But he had the Rolex crown with like the spikes of the crown peeking out from underneath the actual timepiece.
Dude loves brands.
He had a wad of money from a bank with like a bankroll, like with the wrap paper around it, and just the word money.
That's the hardest tattoo.
And I'm
like,
if I get a brand tattoo, do I become a version of this guy? Is that the gateway drug to getting a fucking baby dap on my shoulder?
I think you should get your money up, not your funny up, and get the bankroll money tattoo.
Yeah, no cap, all dap.
That's legit hard as hell, dude. Just money.
But you got to say it like a lira. You got to get it in Italian.
Well, they say that there's a certain type of person that wants tattoos that are meaningful to them, that represent important things in their life. And I mean, fucking money makes the world go around, bro. Cash rules everything around me.
Crema.
Get the crema, dollar bills, y'all.
This guy, I also was watching him while trying not to, just the way my hand was positioned, I was trying not to like have my hand in this woman's like vagina area. Like I was like flexing like this, like just trying not to have it like in her
even when she was doing me, I'm like, it takes a long time, like we said, and it's like she just like keeps like leaning her chesticles into my. I'm just chilling. I'm like,
look, I had this pessimistic, like what's it called? Premonition. Where it's like somebody sees that my hand is in her pussy, and as I'm laying there in her pussy. And as I'm laying there vulnerable, they just come with a fucking
coochie.
with a coochie in a cucina, they just come and fucking like drop something on my like fuck me up. Because these guys were all like kind of hard looking motherfuckers.
Bro, it felt like a mafioso vibe.
There was absolutely 100% a drug deal that happened right in front of me. The guy with the baby dap tattoo bought a little fucking coke bag.
I know, which is again, this guy fucking rules. We're not laughing at this guy. I mean, at least I not because I want to be this man. and also,
You're
like,
one baby dap tattoo away from being this guy.
and they're just like the shittiest dressed like hype beast. But what I fucking loved about him is that he just was rocking a fanny pack the whole time.
Yeah,
which is
a lot of
awesome.
skinny jorts,
Dude, and Yeezys. Yeah. It was a crowd to say again, just critters fucking everywhere, dude.
Yeah. You saw you wanted to help me out almost by there was a fly buzzing around.
Oh,
me, right?
dude. So the most obnoxious thing, like, so obviously, like, the back of the tattoo shop is open so that, like, all these guys, they're eating.
Oh, by the way, we never signed any waivers or anything. Never signed any permissions, which you normally do at a tattoo shop. You sign forms.
Oh, I'm thinking, I'm like, did Lou make us do
well,
that? No,
okay,
obviously.
no. But like normally
Yeah,
that's what happens.
Yeah.
This did not happen. Like we were just like, oh, PayPal, yeah, see, here you go.
A couple weird things. Mad kids everywhere.
Yeah,
Two.
bumping my fucking head.
Yeah, dude.
I'm like, yo, I'm trying to not be in the cucina here, and I got fucking bambinos hitting the domo.
As a cool guy with tattoos, like I would never ink shame, but like, yo, maybe don't have kids in the, the tattoo in the gangster tattoo spot where we're making drug deals. So the back of the place,
Maybe the kids are like police watchouts or something, you know?
oh, lookouts.
Yeah.
They're corner boys.
50 0, 50 0, 50 0.
Prosciutto. So the back door is fucking wide open, so that these guys like they're eating McDonald's, they're fucking blasting darts. It is 1,000,000,000 degrees in there, and there is this one fly that is, and I'm like,
We're pretty close.
your shit probably took
An hour?
I would say an hour, and that's fine. I'm playing on my phone very slowly because we have trash service, which you'll hear about next week. And I'm like watching this one fly continuously harass you, and it's not that you're like wincing in pain, even though stick and poke again doesn't hurt enough. I need more pain.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
But anyway,
it's different than because Lou's gun is like painless, flawless, painless.
Yeah,
it's like nanotechnology.
yo,
type shit.
it's the PP7 with the silencer. You never hear him coming.
It's a different pain, and I forgot that it was stick and poke until she started stick and poking me, and I was like, oh, that's right.
And honestly,
her IG name is Linda Handpoke.
Yeah, it was right there the whole time. So anyway,
She was who we thought she was.
you're making all these movements like twitching, and I'm like, oh damn, is he in pain, whatever? And then I'm like, oh, it's this one fly harassing you, and I was so tempted because it was all over you, dude. It was over you. Maybe you didn't wipe well that day or what? But
No, dude, it's because I was schwitzing out the fucking 322 Panino.
if we were anywhere else, like if you were just lying down on your stomach for some reason taking a nap, I would have fucking smacked the cake so hard to try to get this fucker. But like, God forbid, I ruined the fucking process.
Bro,
So
get a rogue poke?
So my most basic instinct to fucking smack your ass as hard as I could, I had to fucking rein it in, bro.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, we did that. We got some fucking Rizness trip yaddies.
Jenna loves this, by the way. I'm super.
Oh, good.
So, because she's
like, oh, you got a J for James. That's great.
I had basically been wanted to. But by the way, the amount of people that fucking made that joke to me, I'm like, okay,
Nice.
yeah. And it's funny because, I'm a moron. I hadn't even remotely considered that whatsoever. But now, yes, so I have a tattoo for James and or Jenna, depending on who's
Depending on the day.
depending on who's nicer to me that day. So now I was 1 for 2 from the field in Jenna's opinion of like good tattoo or bad tattoo, but she loves this. So
Now
now I'm
you're 2 for 3?
Now I'm 2 for 3, but yo,
Fucking field goal percentage going up.
yo, fucking, I'm Bradley Beal on the motherfucking Suns, dude. Fucking pay me my $206 million.
We then head to, it's the spritzing hour. It's the aperitivo hour. So we go to some fucking old man bar, which was awesome. Fuck the cool guy, like natty wine. Like, I know we've done a bit of both, like the fucking high end.
Paulinaro bar is great though, in terms of a rack.
Well, we'll get to that, but I prefer these bars where they're just like Italian perverts just sitting outside, hammered after a day at the fucking inefficiency factory.
They're blowing lira to lira.
They put in a long day of doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah, of striking, dude, of not fucking crossing the pick line. These dudes are shit faced by 4:30.
It's awesome.
It rocks,
and they're just like silently staring at the women that walk by. I did not really experience or witness any catcalling. So I guess that's progress. But yeah, I had my first beer after 45 days. It was delicious. And then so this is kind of another narrative of the whole trip is that because I've been off the sauce for 45 days, my tolerance has tanked.
Bro, no pun intended.
And now when we're
tanked.
out drinking, we've kind of role swapped a little bit.
Yeah.
At least the first 2 or 3 times that we've been out, because now you are the responsible guy.
Yeah.
And it became pretty clear to us when we were at the wine bar, and this wasn't drunkenness. I swear to God, this is just clumsiness being like a small space. I spilled an entire glass of wine all over myself.
On like good, I have a picture. You'll have to approve it. But on like a very rare mango / papaya workshop tee.
It's not that rare. It's still for sale. I bought a second one.
And then your new dusty blue work pant fatigues from Chickies.
Banana Republic Safari.
Yeah, it was a bummer because that's gonna ruin your night.
I was so embarrassed.
And
I was like, I want to go home, Lawrence. I want to go home.
Literally after you fucking spilled, and honestly, that wine was fucking good.
Well, it's so good that it didn't leave any stains because it was such a light, juicy
That's
red.
how you know it's fucking light and natty. But you literally, after you did that, you're like, yo, I know we planned on staying, but you're like, this is a full-on check, please situation.
Yeah,
we gotta get out of here.
We have to go.
Yeah, so you getting tanked because your tolerance has tanked over the past 45 days?
Yeah.
We'll call it 45. Yeah, I've got to be like, I'm the Google Map impresario. This idea that like Larry just follows me and, as we say next week, almost gets hit by a car every other block because he's just not paying attention.
Right.
Just following you like a fucking puppy, whether it's you or my wife. That's typically my move. I get to like step up. I'm not the stepdad. I'm the dad who stepped up, and I get to be like, yo, I got you, bro. Let me find the taxi. Let me call the Uber. Let me get the route right.
Let me get you a new fork because you dropped 4 of them trying to eat this kebab.
Dude, all right. I just want to be very clear. You've done 2 very funny things, one of which is spill wine all over yourself, though, again, maybe you weren't that drunk. So we immediately had to leave the best wine bar, Milan, and not continue enjoying delicious Juicy Reds. But we got some late night eats. I went pizza. You went fucking kebab plate. In your kebab plate, which was massive, there were 4 forks. On our...
It was a platter for 4.
4 forks. And it was a 4-minute walk from that spot to our fucking Airbnb. You dropped every single fork in very quick success. You would scarf for 30 seconds, drop, move on,
next,
and then literally rinse and repeat. The last fork you dropped, your final fork, the last straw, some would say, because you still had kebab to finish, again, platter for 4, you pick that right off the ground, just go, and just dive back in like goddamn fucking... Who's the swimmer that had AIDS?
Michael Phelps?
Spitz.
Ryan, what? Okay. Here's my thinking. In a country with
Phelps didn't have AIDS, bro.
70%...
Mark Spitz.
In a country with 70% tax rates, I assume that these fucking socialists are paying those taxes to the street cleaners and the public commons.
I almost got hit by one because I was also not paying attention.
I did not hear that.
It was outside of...
Also, there's a guy walking down the street alongside it with a hose.
No, there was because of, I guess, the district that we were in when we were at the Salaryman Hotel. I'm just like blasting a dart. Even though you can smoke on your balconies in the hotels, which is fucking awesome. I was on the street, maybe waiting for you to go somewhere. I'm blasting a dart, and the street sweeper, street cleaner, whatever, like they have in the city, comes by to literally pick up all the cigarette, but mainly that like all these fucking Milanese psychos.
They see you, they're like, all right, call him in.
Yeah. We got him. And I almost fucking got swept away with the butts.
You almost got washed.
My ass almost got swept away with the butts. But yeah, anyway.
All I'm saying is I assume that the fork was pretty clean. But yeah, so you've been the responsible guy. Though that night you were pretty wasty sauce because you called Jenna. Our plan was like, okay, at that point, we had an overlapping hotel and Airbnb night, and Jenna came to the Airbnb because the hotel was not conducive to sitting in for 6 hours doing work. No. So she came to the Airbnb to do work, and she's like, you know what? I'm going to just pack an overnight bag and stay.
Yeah.
And your plan was originally to come here. I was like, I'm staying at the hotel tonight. I have no reason to go to the Airbnb. I don't want to pack.
You were like, I'm going to get fucked up and I'm not packed. So, like, do whatever you want, like, whatever husbandly duties you feel you owe this woman, even though she's the one crashing the business trip. Though she checked us into the Airbnb, which, like, I don't know how annoying of a process that was, but, like, the guy walked her through how all the ACs work, how to get on the Wi-Fi. So, like, it was kind of like she was our assistant, which is kind of fire.
Are you fucking the throwing fits assistant?
Yeah, dude, HR violation. Yeah, I married my assistant. Well, no, it's nice that you can get a taste of JB's type A personality.
It's nice. It's nice.
It's
nice having a fellow executor.
Yeah, I don't want to go into too many sordid details, but you and I had an absolutely evil fucking genius master plan that completely fell apart because
keep the night going.
Because both of us. I don't know about you. I got into that cab back to the hotel with the idea of I was already packed, but of like dropping you off, or maybe not dropping you off, going somewhere after, dropping the luggage off here, sneaking out, whatever. I just fell asleep immediately in the cab.
You wanted to rappel down from the balcony like
Yeah.
Juliet down to her Romeo.
Exactly. So anyway,
but Jen is great. Jen had a great bit where she's like, I'm fucking working until 1 a.m. while Jimmy and Larry are out gallivanting around town. To be clear, we were doing work. All right, that's called fucking.
Well, no, we were celebrating work
Yes,
that night. But she said that
we were creating content.
Yeah, I don't really remember this. She's like, you called me slurring your face off and basically in your own way being
How's
like,
my little assistant?
is it okay if I stay at the hotel? Will you be mad? And she was like, yo, I would love for you to not come here in this state. Make sure that James is also staying as well.
That'd be weird if I came here.
But her big bit on social media that, like, honestly, I woke up to a billion messages was I had forgotten, or I didn't even know if she had grabbed the passports that were in the safe. And then there was a garment bag as well with a bunch of gear. I think I might have woken up a little hungover and like completely forgotten that shit. But because of her,
How many DMs do you think you got?
I told her it was probably between 50 and 75 that
Damn.
were solely related to getting the passports. And I think I would have fucked it up and forgot. And of course, you just go back and get them. But honestly, didn't have to do that annoying fucking, roundabout because, shout out to the people. Thank you.
Yeah, saved this man's life. Okay, so you woke up hungover, and your immediate hangover killer was Italiano Golden Arches.
Yo, I had to. And obviously, I'm even on, and you can attest to this, like, we've been going to, like, lunch with friends, and I'm like, yo, I'll just take a beer. I'm chilling, and I'll wait for dinner. But that day, I was like, yo, I need to fucking murder this hangover. Hit the Golden Arches. We talk about this a lot on next week's compilation app with one of the guests, Tommy Ton. But yeah, I did my typical Italian McDonald's. It hit stiffy.
What was the order?
Crispy McBacon, whatever these.
Is that an Italian exclusive?
I think so. Or European.
What is it? Just bacon? Is like a BLT?
No. It's more of like a quarter pounder with like a different sauce and and crispy bacon on it.
Okay.
I got these pizza pocket things for the first time, which
bagel bites.
which fucking slapped at 10:45 in the morning. Shout out Totino's, and then some fries and some nugs with the mayo.
No drank?
Coca Zero.
Coca Zero.
Yeah, zero.
Hit the diffy.
Yeah, I fucking. Bro, and it's funny because, like, and then obviously Tommy and I immediately were having then a fast food conversation once I posted this on Instagram, but, like, a lot of people that love the Golden Arches like I do, whether or not it's Gramace's birthday, but, like, yo, I love sampling McDonald's in every country that I go to.
How do Italians view Americans through the lens of Mica Donade?
Yeah, and I need a McDonald's passport, bro, because I'm getting fucking. Because I'm getting no, of course not.
That'd be cool if you got like 10 countries. The 11th one is free or
I
something.
mean, that would be sick, dude. I want to get those fucking.
Ronald,
stamps.
you're welcome.
Yeah, but anyway, fucking shout out Italian McDonald's. I love you.
I held out for food because I didn't want to hit up McDonald's at 10:30 in the morning. Also, I had to pack, which is a fucking.
Oh yeah, I didn't even see you till. That's the thing. I was already chilling with JB.
You were gone in the wind.
Yeah.
I feel like you had to go be like a husband for a little bit. I was like, I'm gonna lay in bed and scroll and read about like the latest school shooting or whatever the fuck happened in America this week. I don't even know. John Morant school shooting. Biden forgetting his speech. I don't know.
Yeah, Bradley Beal.
I held out till we got lunch with Jacob Gallagher of the Wall Street Journal, where it's funny. He's like, oh, my driver, he is not here. I don't know where to go. I was like, pick a spot. We'll go to you, preferably between our Airbnb where I'm heading right now and your hotel.
I want to give him flowers for our best friends behind the paywall. He has the best fake Italian accent of all of our friends. It's incredible.
And he will not stop doing it.
And he will not stop doing it, and I appreciate him for that. But anyway, he kept picking all these like places that were inconvenient for us. So we're like, come on, bro. Like, you What
is that? Car alarm?
I don't know. I think that's a car alarm outside. Well, why don't you just talk? Let me make sure it's not something in the bedroom.
Okay. Wait, I kind of want to know if it is something in the bedroom. What was it? The alarm stopped as soon as Lawrence opened his bedroom door.
No, I think it's got to be something on the street.
Maybe Italian pervert that owns this Airbnb will like set off the alarm because he hasn't seen
Yeah.
your wife naked in your bedroom in like 2 hours since she left.
Yeah.
Bring
her back. Where's she at?
The assistant you're fucking. He's like, yo, come to Lubar. We're like, all right, it's a 10-minute walk from him, a 10-minute walk from us. We go there. We're walking there, and I'm like, this feels familiar. We pull up. It's like it's a restaurant in like a
Palazzo.
like an art museum or something.
It's beautiful.
And I'm like, we have been here. And this is if Wes Anderson was a woman,
A millennial girly.
a Gen Z, a millennial girly, who like dreamed of like opening a floral shop.
Yeah.
And fucking like
This is
a
Disney,
tea shop.
It's like a Disney adult Italian finger sandwich, Instagram bait, girly heaven.
Yeah, and it's the three of us. I ordered 2 entrees,
Yeah.
a gazpacho and a grilled cheese sandwich. And the grilled cheese sandwiches, yeah, it's literally fucking like tea sandwiches. It's like little triangles. I was like, I might need to hit the McDonald's after this.
If you're like a fucking, not an OG listener, but the last time we were in Milan, I have to imagine, because you and I went to this place last time we were here, and pulling up with no information, and clearly we didn't remember whatever info we did download at the time, but we were dying laughing because we were just like on a date at like or being like ladies who lunch, but it was very funny.
I'm pretty sure there was like live jazz playing the last time we were there.
Oh, there was like a full like jazz or a pianist.
Like
yeah.
Well, my heart is
But from a mandate last time to then adding making it a threesome this time, a throuple. There was like literally like we were in the thick of it. That's where Gallagher was already seated when we got there, and like we're trying to chill and hang out, and there's like Instagram photo shoots happening all around us, dude. It was wild.
I will say this. The one thing that this place made me realize that is beneficial for men in Europe, and hear me out. I love the seat-up mentality in Europe, where it makes more sense and is more beneficial for women if guys don't put the seat down. If the seat is always up, that means that there's like, okay, if the seat is always down, there's always going to be a dude that doesn't put the seat up and pisses all over the toilet seat.
Fair.
Right? Regardless of how many guys do put the toilet seat up and then put it back down when they're done. If the seat is always up, then that one asshole that wouldn't raise the seat isn't going to piss all over the toilet seat.
Yeah.
So it's actually better if the onus is on the woman to put the seat down for herself, do her little pee-pee-oli, and then put it back up again so that the next guy, if it's a unisex bathroom, so that the next guy coming in doesn't piss everywhere.
Some fucking drunk-ass European. Yeah.
So whether it was at the tattoo shop or at Lubar or a bunch of other places where it's a unisex bathroom, gender-neutral bathroom, it's been seat up. And I think that that's actually the way to do it.
Though I will say, as a feminist, I always worry about seat up because the last thing I ever want is a beautiful, smart woman to kind of be dealing with, I'm sure, the pressures that we cannot even imagine, and by mistake, dunk the coochie.
I don't think that will ever happen.
In toilet water.
I think
you don't think that's ever happened?
I think you think women are stupid. Is what I'm
Did
getting
I say
from this.
that?
Yeah.
I just
So
said they
many
were
words.
dealing with a lot of stuff, dude. And sometimes when you're overwhelmed, you might dunk a coochie.
All right, fair enough. Speaking of Dunkin' Coochie.
Dunk a cooch.
We hit up, what was next? Oh, we hit up the fucking, we hit up a happy hour.
I mean, we could say that we were at a cheapy company happy hour because they were
the homies at CP Company, which is a company.
new office,
New showroom.
new showroom, very big celebration. All the buyers in town. All the buyers are in town.
Dude, it was fucking packed.
It was sick. The only issue that they had, and my one piece of constructive criticism for CC for CP, you got to have more than one bar if you have 350 people.
Well,
happy
it wasn't
hour.
necessarily a drinking
True.
like a drinking heavy thing. It was like a aperitivo, like, hey, get your spirits and walk around. I think that if you're only going to offer cocktails, then yeah, you're going to need at least get 2 bartenders at the one bar.
Speaking of like timing,
This one guy was like doing like, oh, measure up the Campari. Oh, measure the Prosecco. Oh, put the little flower on top of the cocktail.
we saw our boy Rylan, the merchman, who was there to do his real job, and not to be a pocket watcher, pocket watch, keeping track of time, like I did with you. He was like, I'm going to go get a drink at the bar. Do you want anything? And you and I were we were going to leave, and because we had a reservation with Jenna for dinner. So I was like, no, don't worry about it. But I was like, yeah, I wonder how long it's going to take. Bro, he waited for 30 minutes to get
I mean, it's not even worth it.
two drinks.
Just don't even get a drink at that point.
I mean, I think he got 4 shots of tequila straight.
Wow.
You know why? Because that was his boss. We won't. Yeah, it was his boss's order, Simon, and then Simon was just like, yeah, just get 2, and he's like, okay, I guess I'm gonna be fucked up, but yeah.
2 things happened during the CP company hour, or actually 3 things. One, I was like, yo, this is a fire background. Flick me up. Even though I wasn't necessarily like wearing like a fit pick worthy fit, I was like, let's just see what happens.
Yeah, and what happened was
the light was amazing. That's mainly what it was.
And what happened is what normally happens, which like when you ask me to do that, I've said it before, I'll say it again, dude, I get so happy, bro. And relax. What do you mean relax? I'm telling you, it's my favorite thing to do, right? Fit pick James. Now, you make it so fucking impossible because you're already like embarrassed as fuck. You do not give me, the shooter, the artist, time to work. So like, for example, I think I ended up airdropping you 98 pictures. How many of those are ever going to be used? 0.
I haven't looked through them because
really?
I'm actually embarrassed to look through them. That's what it is.
And after the fucking first dud photo shoot, you had me run it back at a different background, and it's the same thing all over again where you just won't fucking just relax and be yourself and just fucking gaze into my lens and let me do what I do.
Jimmy comes alive on set.
Yeah, he does.
Jimmy, fit pick Jimmy, kind of a fucking cadaver. Not gonna lie, embarrassing.
Yeah, I will say, you know how we've talked about this before, but like when you get so fucked up that you go zombie mode. I know you don't like talking about when we drink, but yo, your new drunk shit is I have not seen you go zombie one time.
Yeah.
Which maybe is kind of like personal growth.
Sure. Maybe because I've been sleeping decently. I don't know. But the other 2 things that happened during this cheapy hour, one was Yoakum from Lagace came and handed off the fucking pack. And like it truly was like packed up in like a vacuum sealed bag. Just kidding. It was just like a plastic bag. And he handed it off and it honestly didn't hit me like the magnitude and significance of this collaboration on a professional, personal level, just like the absolute validation and just like demarcation that throwing fits. If you didn't believe in us before, you better fucking believe in us now because our Lagace cosign and like partnership is extremely important, I think, in terms of just like our trajectory, our history, where we can go from here. But it really did not hit me. Like people were, when we teased it or like talked about it, people were like, oh shit, like that's so fucking, I was like, yeah, man, cool.
Yeah. Until you had it
Until
in
I had it
in
my
hands,
fucking hands and I was able to sniff the yin yang.
Sure.
That's when it truly hit me. I was like, holy shit, this is real. Yoakum, the god, the motherfucking goat, the number one stock homie, the Joker, handing it off like, it was like the Michelangelo Sistine Chapel shit. So that's when it really hit me, I think. And that was like just an awesome feeling. I couldn't get the fucking smile off my face. Maybe that's when you should have flicked me up. You are bad at taking candids of other people, as Jenna was saying last night.
I don't want to get... Yeah, that's POV first-person shooter Larry mode, and I need to be better at that. I will say that even though the pack were these samples that were like not rushed, but made specifically so that we could wear them when we did our little activazione at Slamma Jamma Milano the next day. This is like a totally different shirt. And I'm psyched that we have this like, to me, these are now memorabilia because we obviously are getting the Portuguese cotton.
This was the quick
screen
strike
printed. Yeah, this is a different, same fit, but Swedish fabric, which is still nice, and then a digi print. Just so
I think it's the same cotton, but it's a digital print, which is the main difference between this and the ones that we're actually moving starting in 4 hours, 4.5 hours from now.
Fingers crossed.
The other thing that happened The other thing that happened was it was amazing. The story broke about Ruigi of Rude pilfering his company's funds to fund his own lavish lifestyle that was very thoroughly documented on social media.
Yeah.
And and I guess flipping shit to like NBA players personally
that was
to
hilarious.
just keep the fucking proceeds himself and keep it off the books so that his investing partner, who I guess owns a 20% stake in the company, was not privy to these net profits.
Oh, also, real quick, one thing from the story that you and I were a little flabbergasted at is 35 million in sales.
30 million revenue. Yeah.
Wait, that's a revenue.
Which is gross sales.
Oh, yeah.
And however else that company would make money.
That feels high, even though like Rude is not everywhere, but like I know you see it in LA.
Yeah, but what this investor
York a
is
little bit.
alleging is that those are that's the cooked figure.
Oh, that's a
That
cooked- it's a cooked
actually
book.
It could be much bigger if he wasn't looting and pilfering his own treasure chest to fucking be on yachts and
His own coffers,
flexing
yeah.
up with watches and shit.
I love when he needed another watch. He's just like, all right, yo, let me like, this is still kind of fucking sick. So shout out to Rudy.
Yo, let me just sell myself real quick.
No, not even that. He's like, yo, let me hit up fucking Hove and sell him a leather jacket so I can cop an AP or whatever. I will say this, right? As we've talked about before, not to like be a hater and put this, young POC designer on fucking Blastoise, but dude, this is a guy that got banned from Grailed for scamming. Once a scammer, always a scammer. This to me was the most obvious thing of the century. Duh. You see this guy on IG, bro? He's a great follow.
I don't follow him.
Oh, really? He's a great follow because
He'll follow him now.
oh, dude, honestly, an embarrassing thing is that this broke with some non-fashion friends in a group chat I have, and immediately screenshots were coming through, which is like, Sartorial Inc. like this post because they're like, who is this Luigi guy? And I'm like out here liking his photos.
Or you're like, yo, goat X goat. Goat
No,
X
no,
goat,
no, I
bro.
would
Yo,
never-
crown emoji, fire emoji, yeah.
No, I follow him because the lifestyle is, this is what every fashion friend that we've had has said about this guy is that, like, how does this make sense? Even with a $1 million Bally check, that doesn't bounce until you get fired 8 months later, like, to me, it was always flabbergasting that he went so hard. Like, he got a talking watches on Hodinkee and is like, he has, like, his $100,000 watch collection are, like, tasteful, good bangers.
Okay.
Which is like, say what you want. Like the dude, again, he has expensive taste, but the taste is good as well.
Hey man, and you got to fund it somehow. My favorite plot twist in that story was that the the investors, like one of the guys in LMFAO,
Or he just co-wrote "Sexy."
Sexy and you know it.
Should I be the outro music?
Yeah.
Fuck it. I'll break it down.
all right, so
moving.
that was the cheapy company happy hour. Fucking getting to fucking show with Lorenzo Osti, the legend, who
king.
maybe big things coming soon. I don't know, TBD.
Enrico talks about it on next week's compilation masterpiece.
Yeah.
Slapster piece.
Get some info. Get your information from that. So then you and I, we bop out from the happy hour because we have an 8 p.m., which is early, dinner at Yapa, which is allegedly, and can confirm, one of the best restaurants in Milan right now. That's literally what everyone except one person is like, yo, one of the best in Milan, one of the best in Milan. That's so crazy you're going. That's so awesome you're going. Angela Urrutia from Forest Design, she's like, yo, when I'm in Milan, I eat there probably every single day.
Once a day.
Every single day I eat there. So we sit down at the bar, the three of us. This is our first real,
Me,
except
you, JB.
yeah, except for maybe getting coffee on the day that we land. This is our first like real kind of like trio outing. What do you think of Yapa?
Yeah, I thought, all right, here's the thing, man. I'm not a cocktail guy. I'm a beerman. I'm maybe a glass of wine here or there. So I don't want to like get ahead of myself, but I've ultimately tried, I think I did the math this morning, 6 of the cocktails.
You tried, like including night 2.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yo, they're all really, really fucking good. So the cocktails, I was like, whoa.
Did you order the one that I got made with ocean water?
Yeah, that was fucking delicious. Yeah, I normally, if I get a cocktail, bro, I've been getting some Negronis because, again, when in Milano.
When in Rome, you get the Negroni.
Yeah, when in, yeah. I was going to say something very offensive.
Cocktails. Oh, what were we going to say?
Negroni.
It's Juneteenth. You can say it.
No. Though I did make a crazy out-of-pocket joke that Gene, I think he might have laughed harder than he ever has, but I've said too much already. I said, let me get an Amistad on the rocks. That was a joke. Should I have not even said?
Whatever.
Do as I say, not no. Do as I do, not as I say.
Don't do what this man do.
Anyway, the cocktails blew me away as a guy who doesn't normally like cocktails besides a Negroni or like a, Shrek's bathwater martini.
Also, when I heard that it's fusion, I was a little like, ugh.
Yeah, fusion's whack. So it's Mexican, Asian, Italian,
Peruvian. That's the missing. So there's a lot of Asian people in Peru. So I think that's where like fusion cuisine that we call it is actually pretty common in Peru. There's a lot of Japanese there, a lot of Chinese there.
Yeah.
I assume a lot of Vietnamese as well. So that's kind of where this was coming from. And there were some instances where they tried to do an Italian Thai, like the pad Thai you got. I wasn't into it.
Yeah, but it wasn't bad because they were doing the most because so we're sitting at the bar.
Pad Thai with Italian noodles.
We're watching.
Yes.
We had a seat, so Jenna purposely made a reservation and she asked for the bar because of the 2 bars on either side of the restaurant. One is you can eat and watch all of the raw stuff get plated and made like it's fucking the menu, right? The movie. Or on the other side, you can watch all of the shit get grilled. So it's a dinner and a show. I thought for the most part everything was really, really good, but we did go very hard, and there are some things I would not get again, a la the pad Thai. Or you liked your rollatini, I thought, or what was that eggplant thing? What
it was a grilled eggplant on a roboyaki grill.
But you
loved
loved
Japanese
it, right?
charcoal with a tomato mole, and that I was like, damn, this is fucking fire. And then I think I told Angelo, he's like, that's the best dish.
Really?
He's like, that's my. I was talking to them afterwards because Angelo and Gian were at the other bar staring directly at you.
Yeah, Gian and I were making eyes at each other all night. I will say that for me,
I would have gone harder on the raw portion of the menu. I would have done more options from that.
Yeah.
And less on trying to, because it's a weird menu, and they obviously
it's overwhelming.
Language difference, and trying to order for 3 versus 4 or 2 was a bit tough.
Yeah.
But I would have gone harder on the raw portion of the menu.
You would have gone harder raw.
I would have gone harder raw and less meat. The steak at the end was, they light the sage with a fucking
blowtorch.
The blowtorch. I forget what the actual name for it is, and that was good. But again, it's just for me, it's okay, steak. Steak is great.
Good steak.
Good steak is great, but it's this isn't anything I haven't really had before.
My only regret, having seen all of these raw courses get made for the whole restaurant, was the papaya salad looked absolutely fucking divine.
Bro, it took them 20 minutes to make each one.
I
It was
know,
fire.
bro. I want one so bad. We got to go. We got to go back. We went back, obviously, just for drinks, which we'll get to. I will say this. It is expensive to the point where you and I think went into it as kind of this is on TF, treat JB, and then we fucking saw the price and we're like, all right, I got to pay 2/3 of this.
Oh, I don't remember. Oh, I didn't go in knowing anything, really.
Oh. You didn't know it was expensive?
No, I think I Googled Yapa Milan, and I was like, it's Mexican? And then,
Okay.
because one of the first things is guacamole. And I was like, it's Mexican? Okay, whatever.
I would absolutely, to the audience, if you find yourself in Milan, I would recommend it if it's just for cocktails or for cocktails and dinner.
Get the ocean cocktail.
Yeah, there's I don't think it's called a Yapatini, but there's a signature cocktail with the restaurant's name in the title that I had later when we went back, and I was like, holy shit, this is a banger.
We did let the Yapa sing.
Ooh.
All right, Saturday, main event for us, which is podcasting, do a marathon live compilation, which is dropping next week, where we post up at Slam Jam. We had the fucking teas. Not for sale, for friends and family only.
I feel bad, but we fucked that up. A couple people wanted it, and I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, it was just... It's a
store with a POS system, and it's it's too complicated.
Yeah, but we posted up. Shout out everyone that came through, all the homies, new and old, and that episode is dropping next week, or tomorrow. Similar to what we did at the Bazaar, right? Where it's just 10 minutes with the fucking all-stars, characters, some of which we just met that day, some of which we've known for years.
It's a good time.
It was a good fucking time.
It's not boring, I'll tell you that.
But we're there from 10 to 6, just fucking potting our little tushies off. But again, it's this was our moment where it's kind of celebrating this launch.
Yeah.
It's potting with all the Milano homies. The Legace guys came. Joachim came through and potted with us.
I think he's going to be the first little interview.
He sets it off.
Yeah.
And then
he sets the ting.
There's a mini crew of Joachim, Ricky, Saro,
Daniel,
and then a few other Italian homies like Elia, Gabriel. I'm trying to think who else.
Aaliyah.
Elia. Elia. Like
Aaliyah.
Me
Gabrielle.
and you, we go out to dinner. We go down to the street to Rivolo 18.
No, lunch.
Lunch,
Took
sorry.
a break for lunch.
And this was, I was like, yo, Lawrence, like, I'm sorry. Like, I know you're trying to drop some LBs, but you're fucking up, bro. This lunch was so fucking good. And I know that we went back there for dinner the same night, but, and you get to experience some of the small shared plates, some of the tapas.
Oh, that's the best squash. So, real quick, if you should also go to Ravello 18. We both agree is the squash blossom the best thing that you've had?
No. But it's the best squash blossom I've ever had. And
I
I love squash blossoms.
Oh, you eat a lot of it.
Also, the squash blossom was the size of this fucking beer bottle.
it's
Normally
so
they're like teensy. This was enormous.
When we went back with that crew for dinner. Oh, I'd just like to say this. I don't know how you feel about this. I am of the belief, and this is a take. If you are in a new city and you happen upon, whether it's and you have limited time, obviously, maybe you're on a vacation, maybe you're on a business trip. If the fucking meal and or the drinks hit, I am never mad at trying to do and kind of Jenna, maybe it's her rubbing off of me. You become like a little bit of a regular and you double, triple, quadruple up. Like if it's good, it's good. You don't need to do a different thing every single day. For me, that's too much pressure. Why not do what you've established you enjoy, because it is like your time, or maybe on someone else's time or dime.
I'm with you. I think if you find a place and you love it, like why not go back? Like having this mentality or this mindset where you're like, I got to try everything, I got to do everything. That's impossible.
Yeah.
So like understanding that and embracing the fact that you should just lean into the things you love. And it's okay to do them again, because guess what? Like you might not be able to do them ever again.
That's true. Yeah. Who knows the next time you'll be back in said city, right?
Or who knows next time that you just get drunk and go back there that night. But after the lunch, we finally posted for real, the first look at the Our Legacy Workshop TF T-shirts. And I think when we knew that we had like something really going for us is when the OL guys were fucking loving it. Like there was a happy hour.
Yoakum took that fit pic that we posted.
Yoakum took the fit pic. Yeah. The OL guys were saying that like they were reading the comments and kept refreshing and like reading the comments and getting goosebumps and being like really stoked about it. Even guys that work at the company that have nothing to do, that don't necessarily focus on workshop, or maybe they're not even like big throwing fits fucking heads. They were seeing this on socials and they were just like, yo, like something like this is crazy. This is awesome.
I think it's very obvious that like you and I, and even specifically you, would be like weepy, as we've stated, or like hyped and stoked through the fucking roof. And they would have never done this collab if we weren't so close with this brand. And it didn't, and it wasn't, and we're not fire. Like, you don't do it if we're not fire, right? So like, of course they agree to do it because it's a good look for everyone, but like their level of stokage then again only makes us more stoked. And then it's like I think this is the coolest project we've ever done.
Probably.
I know we're talking about the biggest shoot earlier and everything is the biggest and the best, but I really think in terms of like they let us do exactly what we wanted with what is both our favorite T-shirt.
Well, but they also agreed. They're like, that's a great idea. Like, what you just proposed is like, that's absolutely what it should be.
I was talking to Daniel. There is the version of this, which I don't think you were as into as I was, but there was a version that was work fits, which, and who knows? This could be, listen, this is gonna, I really hope that there aren't too many butthurt best friends behind the paywall in the Throw Gang, because like not everyone is going to be able to get this. I think with the velocity of the sellout.
Well, let's. We haven't sold it out yet, so
okay.
Fucking knock on wood.
I'm just speculating. Yeah, truly, inshallah. But yeah.
White guy saying inshallah.
I've done it already on this episode.
I know, but it's now a meme.
I'm a living meme. My job is to be a meme.
But yeah, no. And just to further cement that kind of like, I don't know, just all the shit you were saying is that like at the all happy hour so they were fucking squatted up. They had like 20 employees from Stockholm come to Milano, and they kind of like they were saying that like they see Milan Men's Fashion Week isn't like as big a to do as Paris, right? But they see that as an opportunity where they do really like the city and they have a lot of friends and family here, and like there are a lot of like people here for the week, and so they come and they kind of like own this moment in Milan, where it's a pretty empty space in the calendar. Paris is so crowded. Mm-hmm. There's so much going on there that even if you are able to hit everything on your fucking schedule, it's not like you have the time to actually like appreciate and delve into it. So this is kind of like their big. They're gonna be in Paris too, but this is kind of their big like family. And yeah, the OL happy hour. I don't know how you felt, but I was like looking around, I was like, all these guys are fucking dripped in the legace.
Incredible.
And this is true of a lot of brands, right? Where if like if you get a whole crew of people wearing the same brand, like they're gonna look fucking sick.
Not if it was a Tom Brown corporate happy hour.
True. A lot of little boys and girls.
Oh, it must be or clown college must be getting out today. You know?
Do you have any lotion for my knees? Because I'm wearing a short suit.
I do need.
But no, I think like it just kind of cemented, and like we were wearing the shirts. Everyone's just like super happy for us, for workshop, for everyone. So that was just honestly just like incredible vibes.
Yeah.
And a great fucking wine bar where Saro, who's in Milan,
Shout out
was
Saro,
just
the fucking
pulling
king,
up,
bro.
baby.
Honestly,
He had the secret magnums. Did you get to taste that?
No. I was drinking.
They like the house
mainly
red,
beer.
house orange, house white, and a beer.
Yeah.
But he was popping big bottles and being like, yo, keep in the fridge and like just like these 4.
I would love to give Saro a couple flowers live on pod because like he's someone
He's awesome.
who I had not met until this trip. This is an Italian guy that it works at OL. The amount of social media that he was creating for himself, the amount that he was helping us kind of get pictures with, because we have pictures with all of these guests that we did, and like how he was kind of like big upping the collab and taking care of us at the happy hour. Like that's the MVP, bro. Like that man fucking left it all out on the fucking field, bro.
I think he's the mayor of Milano. Like anytime we're here, like we gotta fucking hit Saro.
You gotta check in with the mayor, bro.
We gotta check it with the mayor.
You gotta be valid.
He's the Hugo Mendoza of Milano.
Valid.
He's the Milano Mendoza.
That's okay. There it is.
You and I though, we absconded. We needed to get some grub, so we went back to dinner at Rivelo 18.
Rovello 18.
And I'm so happy that you got to experience the squash blossom.
Yeah.
You got to experience your linguine con vongole. I believe that's what it's called.
Yeah, linguine and clams, which is a favorite order of mine. A little too salty, and Angelo agreed. But beef carpaccio on another level. Squash blossoms on another level. All these places, yo, I feel like I don't normally eat like this. And I am very much typically opposed, again, to fine dining and Michelin star places. But here...
Well, it's like not fussy, you know?
No, and yes, you're right. That is right. Whether it's overwhelming, but still not fussy at Yapa, or just completely fucking chill at Ravello 18, or even where we went last night, got a Michelin star in 2019.
Really?
Yeah, it's on the. It was literally on the
shit.
wall next to your head. When I turned at you, I was looking at a fucking. I was like, "You're right, Michelin star homie, right
You're
here."
stargazing.
But only in 2019.
You're stargazing.
You fell off.
before throwing fit started.
Yeah, when it was FU, you were on. But the two things that happened that night after the dinner that are hilarious to me. One was you and Jenna, because you're type A, because you're fucking leaders and not a follower like somebody else on this podcast, she's got the taxi app. You get and she got the electric bike app, the Italian city bike. You got the fucking Lime scooter app.
Well, I already had the Lime scooter app. I just had to re-download it. Okay.
Oh, it's actually a Lime branded. Oh, those are Lime. I thought it was Limo.
No, it's Lime that's like
Limone.
in LA.
Got it.
I love electric scootering around European cities. I think it's the perfect size. I think that the drivers here, they already respect the bikers. It's pedestrian supremacy, as we'll talk about next week. So they're not gonna like run you off the road or fucking like kill you.
Yeah.
So I feel safer here doing that. And also I think that the size of these cities, it's like, all right, you can either walk for 35 minutes.
Your boy.
Or
Blast
because
some
you want to
darts.
smoke,
Yep.
or take like a 6-minute scooter, which I think is just really fun to do, and it's going at the perfect speed. We're just like, yo, like it's a zoovie. It's a parade in Summer City.
The perfect speed if you're a psycho. Because on LTE I could not also download a Lime, and because
Well, you have like whack LTE because I'm also on LTE, but I'm able to like
your shit
do
is
shit.
I can't even like if Robbie sends through like and also shout out everyone who fucking called the Kid Mero app maybe the best of all time, because like that to me was like we already talked about it, but anyway, he'll like send us a Mero clip and I'm like, Jenna put it on social media. I have to listen with you off your phone because my shit just is extra trash. Anyway,
so it's like, all right, we're going to go to a bar near the Airbnb, have one last nightcap. It is a gay bar. We are wearing matching shirts, so awesome. So it's like, all right, 35-minute walk or like a 7-minute scooter.
Yeah.
And I've been wanting to like scoot around, and you finally. I don't know if I was like
Calling
just,
young Scooter.
If I just like forced you to do it because I was like drunk at that point, or if you were like, all right, fine, let's do it. But since you couldn't download the app.
And also, if you recall, you were like, I'm going to leave my stuff at Slam Jam and get it tomorrow morning.
Oh, right.
And you had the video camera shit and your laptop.
I had a fit change. I had some
Right.
sneakers in there.
I had the football, which is the most precious cargo, since this is the thing that makes us money thanks to you guys. I had the laptop. I had all my adapters and everything. So I'm like, if I go back to the Airbnb, I'm like not even going to be able to like charge my phone without some of this stuff. And of course, the adapter is fucking ginormous. So like, I don't want to put that in my pocket. Look at that fucking brick.
You do have Optimus Prime's scrotum as an adapter.
I
just had a single guy that I just plugged my phone in.
Right, and you just carried that with you, and like so I get it. But anyway, so you got to remember, I don't want to walk either. Sigs be damned, because I have the 30-pound fucking nuclear football.
Yeah.
So anyway, we go tandem on the line.
Meat to meat.
We go meat to meat in the same fucking T-shirt, tandem on the line to the gay bar. I will say that you're like, yeah, it's fun, it's fast. Bro, I was petrified.
Because
I
it was so
gonna
fast?
lose my life. It felt, how fast do you think we were going?
Well, I know how fast we're going, but it was not hitting max because it had like 400 pound of man on it.
Yeah, too much meat.
Yeah, too much meat. I did it last night with my girlfriend, who does not weigh as much as you.
And you guys did it Titanic style.
We did it. I did arms around, which I think is the safer maneuver, and that way she held my phone up so I could like follow on Google Map. You were fucking hands on shoulders. You refused to go around the waist. Respect. Were you on the back? Were you on the wheel
Let me demonstrate.
or the deck?
So not only am I fucking 1 foot on the deck, 1 foot on the fucking wheel, because I'm in the Loewe loafers, I'm also like, I got no grip regardless, dude. At one point, I bailed. And we're going down cobblestones, so I'm like, and I got the fucking brick weighing me down. I bailed at one point, and thank God for my inertia. I'm not a fucking physics professor, but like, I was able to like scurry out of a possible concussion or death.
Vehicular manslaughter.
Oh my God, bro. I was, you clearly having fun. I was not enjoying myself one bit, dude. I was petrified beyond belief.
Hold on. Let me riff real quick. I want to look at the max speed.
Okay. Well, I thought you said you knew how fast you were going. You told me that it was 5 miles an hour. But
no, it
But it fell, or
was
kilometers per hour. But
13 miles an hour is the max speed.
Were you going?
I don't know. I don't know if we ever hit that.
I think you probably were going 10 miles an hour, and just it was too precarious for me to even remotely like think that it was a good idea. And I didn't want to like. I probably should have I should have probably gripped the mono ab instead of going fucking very like light and dainty, like hands on shoulders, which was my
You
decision.
should have gone under
yeah,
my.
yeah. Locked
like
in.
this.
Should have locked in with you.
You should have put me in a half Nelson or full Nelson.
Yeah, but anyway, pulling up to the gay bar in matching T-shirts, riding tandem on a scooter is a very hilarious image that did happen. But again, when in Rome.
Great entrance.
Yeah.
Okay, that brings us to Sunday. Our non-pod obligations have been completed.
Yep.
So really all we have to do is pull a fucking podcast out of our ass, because we did get fucked over by a guest canceling on us last minute. That would have, whatever. There's a whole fucking.
There's no point in putting this person on blast, because
we will
have them on.
There's a whole Cincinnati shuffle where we were like, oh fuck,
It's not Tyga. It's not a Tyga level thing.
No. But it was like, all right, now we got to do an extra boys only. So yesterday, my GF arrived. We had to do this podcast, and we had a dinner for 4 where the Throwing Fits Wags came out with the boys.
Yeah.
But first we had to pod, and both Jenna, your wife, and my girlfriend had to listen to said pod, and they both fucking hated it.
I wish if I could go back in time, I would kill both of them so they didn't have to. They wouldn't have to hear it. Or just like your girlfriend even was like going headphones, and she's like, I could still.
She had the big AirPods noise canceling ones
Maxes.
on that I got for her birthday. That
to be clear,
that she's like, yeah, you guys. We're uncancelable.
Yo,
you can't cancel this noise.
despite some of the things that I had just said on this podcast, uncancelable. Also, sorry for hurting anyone's feelings. I thought it was funny at the moment. Yeah, dude, that sucks. But I will say it was all worth it. And these so that pod and this one, this is like the official recap. It's coming out first. That one is kind of like a more broad strokes, appreciating Milan maybe for the first time ever. We tap in with a very special guest. I'm sure you guys have a lot of ideas of who it could be. That's super fun. That'll come out while we're on vacation so we can actually finally be on vacation. But the couple's dinner,
Speaking of going back to places you love, we went to a place where you and I think we either stumbled across it last time we were here, or it was a recommendation from Enrico when we were here a year and a half ago in late 21. And he's like, "This is the best Arrosticini," I think is the phrase, in Milano.
Can you try to pronounce this? I don't even want to try.
Well, the restaurant's name is Da Giannino L'Angola d'Abruzzo.
Yeah.
And they're known for their meat, but we went last time, and it was like such a fucking old man local spot that the goddamn power went out.
That's how you know it's good. Oh,
and people just kept munching in the dark.
Yeah,
which is a great episode title, Munching in the Dark.
Munching in the Dark is really good. In the dork. Yeah, how do you know a place is good in Italy? The power goes out, and then since you went with that one, I'll surface an observation that you had was that one of the waiters is full on Kaiser Soze with the limp, and you know that everything that guy's bringing out is gonna fucking smack because this man who should not be working because he is straight up fucking debilitated, is serving up fucking meat in the clay pot, fucking cacio e pepe, fucking carbonara.
If your waiter,
whatever the fuck.
If your waiter was injured in a war,
brodo.
If your waiter was injured in a war, you know that shit gonna slap.
Dude, I hate seeing an old guy that's all fucked up, like have to work. But like,
but he loves what he does. Maybe he's Don Giannino. I don't know.
And no, because he's the fucking busboy version of.
He was a server. He was a server.
No, he's not.
He was serving. Oh, he was the bread guy. Whatever, but the bread was fantastic.
Dude, unlimited. This is crazy. So Gallagher, I don't want to. Did Gallagher say it on pod? Anyway, Gallagher, when we had lunch, was like, I hate.
Oh yeah, he said the bread sucks.
It was on pod. So I'm like, all right, whatever, dude. It's still fucking bread. It's delicious. This is the best bread I've like ever had. It's like Italian sourdough, sliced, toasted, and oiled. Grilled, excuse me. Versus toasted versus grilled is different. Yeah,
you get the smoke in the fire. Yeah.
Bro,
it's flame broiled.
It is. It's literally straight up Olive Garden style. Like it's bottomless, and it fucking. I could eat that shit like
I know
it's cereal out of a bowl with a spoon.
Well, speaking of like just going back to places you love, since we had been here before and it slapped, and it was one of the only restaurants open on a Sunday. So when I was like looking for some dinner on Sunday, I was like, Enrico, please make us the reservazione. And yeah, this was fucking fantastic. And like we walk in there, and the wags are me like a little skeptical because it's quiet as fuck.
Oh, there's not. You could hear a fucking penne drop.
The lights, the fluorescent lights are blasting.
Well, they're
bright.
They're trying to avoid what happened last time we were there, dude.
It is so bright in there. But we ordered some house white, some house red out of a fire pitcher. The guy comes over, the one server that speaks English. He was actually probably the don of the
that's what I was thinking,
casa.
yeah.
And he's like, the house starters, and we're like, because we're trying to go through the menu. Oh, one of the translations on the menu was just slaps from the cook, and I was like, let me get two of them.
That has been the most accurate translation ever, especially at this place.
House starter, house aperitif, and we're like, yes. And he just brings out plate after plate after plate of fucking cook slaps, bro.
Yeah, it was almost too much because then it's like, yo, we still have pasta courses coming, but yo, highly recommended. They earned that fucking Michelin star fucking, overtime in 2019. Honestly, we got to get that fucking fat ass Michelin man back in there because these motherfuckers need a couple more stars.
They be cooking.
That shit fucking rules.
And then JB was saying that like when she was looking up this place, because she is the type of person where it's like, oh, we're gonna go here. She like does her little research ahead of time. She's looking up the photos on Google Maps, and some of the photos include these like old Italian men that are straight out of a fucking movie.
Caricatures,
just like red modeled faces. Fucking, they've seen it all. They've catcalled a million women. They haven't worked a day in their lives, but somehow have like work creases on their face.
You know why they don't work a day in their life? Because they're artists. One, on the trombone.
Well, it's because they're doing what they love.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
She's like, yeah, so I saw photos, and this seems crazy, but there was a guy with like a piano accordion and a trombone.
Yeah.
And she's like, that's crazy because in this space, it's so quiet, it's so small, like that would never happen here.
Oh.
Lo and behold.
Oh, boy, did it.
As we're twirling our last forkful of pasta.
Bro.
You and I are facing away from the door. your wife, my girlfriend, they start going, oh, because lo and behold, Senor Trombone and Senor Accordione, they fucking trudge the door
Don Accordione.
and start fucking dropping bars.
Bro, it was so loud and so annoying. I was like,
It was awesome.
I mean, of course it's awesome because you're like, this is a fucking scene out of The Godfather, but at the same time, it's like, I can't enjoy it. It's too loud.
The best part was knowing that we're in a local ass spot. Very few people held their, like us.
Yeah.
We held our phones up, and like one other table held their phones up to take like social media shit. Everyone else just like, grazie, una euro.
Yeah. I have to pee really bad, and the rest.
Well, we're almost done.
Yeah, and
we're almost done. You want to get through it?
No, and I just want to say that we had such a fun time, the four of us, and it was hilarious seeing your girlfriend and Jenna bond over like us, like the typical annoying like partner stuff that they have to deal with. One of which was obviously just either dating or marrying a fucking professional podcaster. But by the way, that's on you, dude. You. Well, I guess not on Jenna because she made me before that. But in terms of like the best job in the world, sorry, I will say.
Guess what? That's your fault.
It was great we went to 2 fashion bars, the Dolce & Gabbana bar, which is a sight to behold, with so much stealable branded treats that I highly recommend it just so that you can do what I do. And for free $3.99, thanks to a 5-finger discount, walk away with a beautiful D&G branded ashtray.
Well, you did it out of the goodness of your heart because you understand that Dolce & Gabbana have done so much racist shit that you're like, you know what? This is kind of
and homophobic despite being gay.
My form of reparations.
Yeah.
You know, to kind of maybe recompense
Of course.
to recompense your follies made around this year's Juneteenth. You're like, you know what? I'm gonna fucking steal all their shit and affect their bottom line. You're gonna hit them where it hurts, their wallets.
Yeah.
So
Their ashtray.
Stefano, and are they both named Stefano?
No, I just know.
What's the other one's name?
I just know they're gay Italian men who are also homophobic.
Stefano and your little friend. Fuck you guys. We got your ashtray. Then we went to the Bulgari bar, which was incredible.
We were like, yo, this is the nicest hotel ever. And how much per night?
It was 1,600 euros a night. My second time at the Bulgari bar. First time eating outside. Yeah. First time eating outside. Because that's why I was like, it's really nice. Like, I know that we don't need a second nightcap, but like D&G bar was kind of like funny, like trashy Italian.
Yeah.
Bulgari bar is like truly, you would think it's also maybe like trashy Italian, but it's very luxurious.
One final note because
they did overserve that one woman who was
dude, that is what
the
Jenna,
drunkest person in Italy.
Which is saying a lot. Yeah, that's what Jenna thought was happening to the woman on Emirates. That was actually this woman was overserved quite a bit.
Yeah, overserved,
dude,
underdelivered.
She fucking tripped and nearly fell into one table, then our table, then onto the ground.
Table.
Immediately. And then the final note I will say, because I had so much fun last night, and again, I think that's why I called this the most fun business trip we ever had. And you mentioned maybe it's the girlies that are bringing the vibes to a whole new level. Seeing them bond in real time over mutual shared hate for one person who you and I like. We know who this person is.
Well,
we don't know that person personally.
It's a famous influencer.
Yes. Was honestly so beautiful. I could have shed a tear watching the female friendship get solidified to the point where I'm like, maybe these two should start a podcast. And we can get our fucking money up even higher.
Oh, Throwing Fits Network? I was looking at them bonding over their, like, they were cracking jokes. They were, like, sharing.
It was great.
Connecting over a shared history with this influencer. And I was like, yo, this reminds me of, like, when I crack a joke about a fucking influencer showing off a rollie on a Roomba. You die laughing like that. Same shit, brother. All right, this has been another episode of The Only Podcast That Matters.
Ciao.
We got to go sell some shirts and go on vacation and empty about 50 CLs of Coca Zero and Messina Birra into the toilet. Seat up. Chef, take us out, baby.
I feel like, just real quick, I feel like we're on such a fucking run right now, and I'm so happy, and I want to thank you, and I want to thank the audience, because we can't do it without you. Salute!
Salute tutti.